Hello and welcome back to the A&R podcast. I'm your co-host Ryan.
And I'm your other co-host, Addison.
And here today we're reviewing this show on Netflix, How to Sell Drugs Online Fast. So the show is about this boy, Moritz, who in an attempt to impress his former girlfriend, he starts to sell drugs online out of his bedroom and soon becomes one of Europe's biggest dealers. And this is our first international show, being a German-American show.
Yes.
So let's hop right into it. So, this is my second international show. I've also watched the show Elite on Netflix, and just as I thought, non-American shows are just better.
Yeah.
Like, the
is
pilot
pretty funny.
episode was like a little hard to get through for me, but like, it was a really, really good show.
It was.
Yeah, like, so one of the things I want to talk about, just the way that they shot this was so good. Like, they had so many great shots, like, especially in the pilot episode, where they have the scene where Moritz is like, let me explain what MDMA stands for and what it does. And for all you know it, you can click right here. And there was an actual skip button.
Yeah.
So I thought that was
yeah.
so funny. So I actually skipped it and I was like, wait, no, I want to go back and watch it. So I watched the scene. And it was so good. Like,
It really was.
this show really, like, the visual presentation was on such another level. Like, even without, like, all the colors, just, like, with kind of how it was shot, where some shots looked like they were, like, through, like, TV screens or computer screens or phone screens. Or even in the pilot episode where there was like, and this is my generation, Generation Z. And what do we do with this? Face swap. And that like was like actual face swap, like where you saw like the photo of the face swap, but like in real life.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really cool. Like the show it's just so the editing techniques are just so smart.
They really are.
And like, well, another one that I actually did get was, so they used the mirror that Moritz has. They use it as a split screen in the opening scene to show like kind of like a montage of him getting ready. And then I think later, I think it was in episode.
My apologies. I couldn't.
No.
My apologies.
Okay, I'm gonna restart. And in the, I think, 5th episode, yeah, when he does it again, where he's getting ready to go to see Gerda and Lisa and not the blonde-haired girl, the pink-haired girl, Fritzy, at the club, and it's just he's styling his hair, and then you see in the 2 other mirrors, it's Dan styling his hair as well.
Oh yeah. I thought that was kind of.
Yeah.
This is interesting.
What did you think of like? Or let me ask you this: how did you watch the show? Did you watch it with original German, with English subtitles, or how'd you do it?
I watched the English dub with the English subtitles.
Okay, same here.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I actually, well, I did watch a little of it in German because I just wanted to I want to hear what their voices sounded like in German.
Mhm.
So yeah, like they got pretty good voice actors for all the people because they sound more or less pretty similar. Like Lisa's is pretty spot on. Dan's is pretty spot on. Moritz and Lenny's are okay. I didn't hear the dad, but I wouldn't really consider him a main character. But
Yeah, he wasn't.
Mhm. What did you think though of like kind of how it was written? Because this is something in my throat. This is only about a little less than 3 hours of TV.
Yeah. I thought it was written pretty well. I thought that it was pretty funny at a lot of parts, which was nice, as well as, I guess, serious in a way. And then there was like Lenny, who was, I guess, more like, I don't know, he was like not as serious with some things that he should have been, and then like too comical with things. Wait, that's the same thing. And then too serious with
too
things that he
serious
shouldn't have been.
with the less important, and then too comical with really important things. Is that what you're trying to say? Yeah.
Yeah.
What is an example, actually? Because personally for me, I just thought Lenny was like more or less really serious for the whole season.
I mean, like, he was really serious. I guess maybe he was a bit just like too careless, like when they were in the restaurant and he just kept saying like, oh, you're selling drugs, you're selling drugs. It's like, you can, do you not, you said the rules, which was you don't say it, right? Didn't you say that at the start? And yet
Yeah,
he's the one
like,
who says it the most.
Fight Club.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's yeah.
Yeah. I also really like the dialogue, because I think what made the dialogue really good was the fact that it had to be quick, because there was only 3 hours to tell a story.
Yeah.
So this, well, a little less than that. So if anything, you could kind of say season 1 is in terms like more of like on the longer end of a feature-length film in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like personally for me though, with the dialogue and kind of like what happened through the show, there wasn't really that much change of the characters. Like they didn't really go through changes really. And one of the other things that I actually did notice was, have you watched the show Sex Education?
I have not.
No. Okay. Well, if you watch How to Sell Drugs Fast Online, I think for everyone who's also watched Sex Education, I think they might see some drawing parallels between the character Moritz, which that's how you say his name, right? Moritz?
I think so, yeah, Moritz.
Okay, yeah, that's how I've been pronouncing it. Moritz, and then the main character, Sex Education, Otis. Like, they dress very similar to each other. Like, lots of, like, kind of, like, very plain shirts with kind of, like, big jackets. Like, raincoat style jacket things. And they're very mean, and, like, they kind of, like, obviously, Moritz is more of an a-hole than the character Otis from Sex Education, but but like watching the show, there were lots of drawing parallels between the two characters. I kind of realized. Obviously, you probably, well, you not probably, you just didn't because you haven't watched Sex Education, but like yeah, they're both kind of the quirky guy who is now doing something crazy. In the show Sex Education, it's giving sex advice, and in this show it's selling drugs. So it's like the quirky shy boy doing something very, in a sense, extravagant in quotes.
Yeah, like something you wouldn't. I mean, would you
trying,
expect the shy kid to be selling drugs? I mean, I guess not, but at the
kinda,
same time,
yeah.
you kind of would.
Honestly, I would be more shocked to find out that Dan was selling drugs than
I
Moritz.
know. It's
Because
like,
Dan is a social butterfly, but also I got some opinions about him that I'll talk about later.
yeah,
But yeah, like
that,
they're both characters who are trying to pine after a girl who's very brash. So like the show kind of paralleled a lot. They were
yeah,
they were both, and obviously a lot with Moritz. They were both just horrible people in general who really didn't learn their lesson. I feel, because like every time Moritz was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, Lenny, that I just ruined everything." It's like, okay, you got one chance. This is chance 10. Like, sir, your
oh my
apology
god.
means nothing. You suck.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You know, I'm thinking about it, and like, I mean, media usually portrays the drug dealer as like a popular guy.
Really?
I mean, in my opinion, I think so. Or at least the
Actually,
guy.
kinda. I'm thinking more
Yeah.
of like just stoner kids, but that's different.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't know. It's kind of like it could be anyone, I guess.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and speaking of the sim, well, we weren't really speaking of the cinematography, but I was speaking about it before. I had this note down. Um, the cinematography, just with everything, like how it's shot, with all like the edits and kind of like, in a sense, the side things where it's like let's learn about NDMA, or let's learn about the darknet with
Yeah.
Frank something or other, or something like that. And it's like it's like, well, here's the darknet. Like,
Here it is.
honestly, why did it not get an Emmy?
Oh my gosh.
Well, I guess no, because it came out in 2018. Wait, no, wait. Sorry. I think, yeah, season one came out in 2019. Yeah, because season 2 just came out recently.
Mhm.
Yeah, like, why didn't it get? Maybe because it's not an American show. Maybe that's why I didn't get an Emmy. But then again, Parasite got Best Movie as an Oscar. Like, maybe the Oscars aren't contained to America, but maybe the Emmys are. But yeah, cinematography off the charts.
Yes. I did also like those cutscenes.
hmm Oh, and like, did you like the intro cutscenes as well, where it was like it's like the envelope goes into the mail box, and then it's like one random person getting their drug, and you kind of see how they go off
Oh yeah, that was kind of cool. I guess to see like where the drugs are going to. That
and
was
who they're
really,
going to as well.
yeah, cool to see.
Yeah. Also, I so when they were talking about the darknet, and then they had the analogy, the soccer analogy.
The stalker.
That was really good. Like that soccer analogy actually made a lot of sense to me. Like I was like, okay, I get it now. I get what that means.
Yeah, maybe. Wait, say what the analogy was for.
So it was like the soccer ball was the information. And each person who was kicking around the soccer ball was like, I think they said a node or something like that. And so it's a string of nodes, but they're never connected, which means it's untraceable.
Oh, yeah.
Which I actually really like, because that actually made a lot of sense. And yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah. When they said that everybody's been on the dark web,
Oh yeah, I
if
was
you
like,
were born
I
after
haven't been on the
1990.
dark web.
Yeah, like I don't know about that. I
hmm
mean, maybe in your world, your mind, sure, but
Maybe in Germany.
I mean, maybe, but also even then, like
hmm
there has to be people who aren't like curious or whatever,
Yeah,
or willing to like. I
yeah.
might be curious, but I'm not going there.
Yeah, because you don't need to go there. Because, like,
Yeah,
we don't need weapons or drugs
yeah,
or sex trafficking or whatever they do on the dark web. I don't even know. It's scary.
yeah. I think there's the dark web and then there's the deep web. I think the dark web is the light version of the deep web, and the deep web's the one with all the like. I don't actually know,
Yeah.
but I think the deep
Person,
web's the one with like sex trafficking and really
I
like.
thought that was the dark web, and the deep web is just where you can find everyone's information.
Oh, maybe you're right about that.
Yeah, because I've been watching this girl on TikTok. I forget what her name is, and I would like to give her a call out, but I forget her name. She has blonde hair, and she has glasses. She usually like wears a hoodie, and like she's always giving like internet tips and stuff like that, and like dark web tips. So I've been kind of learning from her. And she's like our age, so she's like 17, 18, something like that. But yeah, like I think that's what it is. Also, I wanted to say another thing. So, okay. So the
Oh,
show is in German, right?
yes, it is.
Why are they texting in English?
I never saw them texting in English. Oh, the emails?
No, just everything was in English.
Really? Because whenever I saw text messages, they were in German.
Huh. Well, for me, they were in English. Maybe it's because I was watching on my TV.
Oh,
So
you know
maybe
what?
that just turned
Maybe
everything English.
what? Maybe it's like when it's like something that can be easily like, changed, like not where they're holding a phone and
Mm-hmm.
it's in German, but like
Yeah, because it was like a
showing the
side-up
screen.
imagery, yeah.
Yeah, that's probably when they would
Actually,
change it.
wait. No, I think some of them was actually they were texting in English, like where you see the phone. Like maybe
I don't know then.
maybe I'm wrong. Cause yeah, like what actually really triggered it was the fact that when Moritz's mom sends him a package and it's a
Mhm.
cake, the texts are in German.
Yes.
And I was like,
Yes, that's when
explain. So yeah.
I was
Speaking of Moritz,
expecting. Oh, I was gonna
yeah,
say,
finish your last part. Yeah, I don't want to cut you off.
at that scene, I like went back and I was like, where's like the subtitles that say what that says in English? Like,
Did you not get those subtitles? I got those subtitles.
you did?
It
Maybe I
was like
had it on the
really
wrong settings
quick
then.
though. No, it was like 1 second. That was
Oh,
that was the
okay.
problem.
Well then, yeah,
So yeah, should we talk about Moritz?
sure, yeah. Moritz.
I don't like him. I didn't like
You
him
don't
at
like
all.
Moritz?
So one of the things I actually put down was Moritz has mommy issues.
I mean, yeah.
Like, and that's I guess why he's clinging on to Lisa so tight.
Oh yeah, you're right about that.
So yeah, there was no character that I could like, I shouldn't say no character that I could like, but everyone had like a thing that really did not make me like them. Except no, I was gonna say except Lenny, but I kind like okay, I guess all their characters have the flaws, so I guess that makes them more complex.
I
But
guess, yeah.
there were stuff that they could control that they did, which pissed me off. But yeah, did you like Moritz though? Did you think he actually grew and changed as a person throughout the show?
I don't know. I kind of liked him because he's so smart and I guess resourceful.
Hmm.
He's like, do 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 do. I'm just gonna delete this. Oh, I'll press a button when the police officer looks at the computer so that it'll look like I'm still trying to log in. Oh my gosh. I thought he was smart and I thought that was cool, but at the same time, um, well, he never really bugged me, I think.
Really?
Yeah, he never did
Like,
bug me.
I think what really bugged me though was the fact that he kept messing up. Was more
Messing
the point.
up.
Like messing up to the point of he knew what he was doing, but he still went through with it.
Um,
Like that. Like he knew that. Like for example, when he takes Lenny's my tums and turns them into my drugs.
yeah.
Obviously,
Yeah.
Lenny's like, "Yay, drugs!" But like, Moritz was thinking that was gonna end badly for him, so like he thought that that was bad, and he knew what he was doing as well, which is the worst part. And then it happened a few more times. Like they would always like from what it seems, it's like um Moritz really isn't like I don't know. He kind of doesn't. I shouldn't say he doesn't care about Lenny because he obviously does. But
Yeah.
like
He
he
takes him
just
for granted.
yeah. He takes him for granted because he just cares more about Lisa, even though Lisa is trying to move on with Dan.
Yeah.
Mr. Quote from I think it was Fritzy who said he had a quote gorgeous dick, which I'm like,
Oh,
Fritzy, how do you know?
Fritzy. Oh my
Fritzy,
god.
I liked her though because I think my first comment about her was purple hair girl is an icon.
Yeah.
So yeah. However, okay. So one thing, just talking about all the characters in general, besides Moritz, um, these characters were archetypes. Or well, I guess everyone in a sense is an archetype, but they were like too archetypal, you know?
I guess, yeah.
It's like shy guy is trying to win back. From what it seems, Lisa's kind of popular.
Yeah.
So, kind of popular girl. He's trying to win her back. Then there's Lenny. Who's kind of the quirky best friend. He's kind of. Then there's
Yeah.
Dan, who's the hot guy.
Oh, the hot guy, yeah.
Oh my god. Which, okay, I feel like Dan was, in a sense, the most complex character.
Complex.
Yeah. Because, okay, so he's. I like the intro in the sense of they made him just seem like an archetype of he's the hot guy who has a perfect body and a perfect face and perfect hair and a perfect life, and he does capoeira and he sells drugs. And then you like learn that he goes to therapy because he has like the worst home life. And I'm like, I kind of like you now, Dan. But then here's why I never liked Dan. I really wanted to. Like, I really wanted to because maybe it was the fact that he was just attractive looking, and I was like, maybe I'll let him off the hook. But the fact that he sexually assaults Moritz in episode 1, I was like, we are not here for that. We are not here
Wait, he
for that.
did?
He grabs his penis right in front of everyone. I was like, no, man. We ain't grabbing nothing. Yeah, because he was at the party, and so he like grabs Moritz's penis and balls, and he's like, yeah, your mom wasn't the only one who left you because she knows that you don't have any balls. And then Dan, just go away.
That was pretty bad.
Okay, we don't want you to be assaulting nobody. Like, if any, like, I don't know how the rules work over there in Germany, but like in the end where like Moritz and Lenny were blackmailing Dan, which I was 100% on board because Dan.
I thought it was pretty funny.
Dan was a rat, and he was a.
He's just sitting there like, whoa, this does look not great for me.
Yeah.
This doesn't look good.
Yeah, and like I'm like, he, not only is a rat, he's a little bitch rat. Like he's like, I'm just gonna leave now. I'm like, sorry, Dan, but you ratted on Bubba, which got Lenny taken hostage. So you ain't running out, okay? You staying here, you're gonna help Moritz free Lenny. Obviously, that's not what happened. But I did like Dan. Didn't like him.
Yeah.
Because it seemed that like, I guess moving into season 2, the reason that he's going to stick around Moritz and Lenny is not because he likes them, because I think he hates Moritz and he hasn't really formed an opinion about Lenny.
Yeah.
But I think it's probably going to be a negative one because they're blackmailing him.
True. Yeah.
And what's worse is with it's mostly false evidence.
It is.
So, yeah. But, yeah. After my rant about how I don't really like Dan because he's a sexual assaulter, did you like Dan?
I guess I was kind of indifferent to him. He was just kind of the boyfriend character, and then at the end he was a little more than the boyfriend character. I guess now he's like a accomplice now. Okay. Unwillingly. So I haven't really formed an opinion on him. Yeah. He's alright.
Like,
and now that you mentioned though that he is kind of a sexual assaulter, I shouldn't like him that much, to be honest.
Yeah. Like, from what it seemed though, Dan didn't have an arc over the season as well, which was kind of weird because it seemed like he was kind of a main character. It just felt like, as we were talking about, like we were talking about before, how they had only pretty much, well, they didn't have, I'm gonna guess they were like, we got 3 hours of content for season 1, and Netflix was like, okay, have fun. Like, the fact that they only had 3 hours, they could really only prioritize some characters, which were Moritz, Lisa, and Lenny, I think. Because I feel like with Dan, it was just more of, you get to know him more.
Yeah, he
obviously
wasn't.
someone.
He was just kind of doing things.
Yeah. Never like had a change. He never went from like the only change I guess you could say would be he went from literally bullying Moritz to now being his business partner.
Yeah,
Because
or
as we
like,
saw, like he was
hmm,
the one who was putting the envelopes in the mail bin.
yeah, it's kind of funny how he just went from selling drugs to not selling drugs. Wait, was he selling drugs? He was buying drugs. Buying drugs to not buying drugs and ratting out his dealer.
Yeah.
And then
Well, no,
selling
wasn't he
drugs.
buying them to sell them?
I'm not sure. He was either selling them or he was giving them to his friends.
I think he was selling them because I think wasn't that how he because obviously he had to pay his drug dealer back, right?
Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah.
Or not pay him back, but like he wanted to obviously make a profit off said drugs. So I think
Yeah.
like because she's labeled as a school drug dealer.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then, yeah, he was dealing them.
Mr. Dan Riffle, I think was his character name. Something like that.
Dan
It's very
Riffle.
close to Daniel Radcliffe. I know that.
I thought it was like that. I thought that was his name.
Mm-hmm. Did you like Lisa though? Like, what were your
Lisa.
opinions about her?
I guess a little annoying just because, well, not, she wasn't annoying. She was just sad.
Mm-hmm.
She, I think her her situation was that she was a gamer. She went to the United States and was like, I'm gonna actually have some fun. I'm not gonna be on my computer all the time, and then kind of like lost herself because she was partied too hard
Yeah.
and got into drugs, and then was like, I guess this is my life now. And then like at the end, she's like, I'll play games again. And I kind of like that.
Yeah.
I do like that her story.
Yeah. I agree with you. Like, yeah, she was kind of like the one. She's like kind of the character who embodies like finding yourself in a sense.
Yeah.
Because she kept flip-flop. I shouldn't say she kept flip-flopping between Moritz and Dan because she dumped Moritz. She dumped him over a Skype call. And I was like, no. If you're going to dump him, don't dump him in a Skype call. Okay, that's gross.
Yeah.
We ain't
Plus,
here
like,
for that.
she was probably away for like a year, right? She did
Yeah.
a year of school abroad. In that
Mm-hmm.
time, she could have broken up with him, not like on the flight back.
Yeah.
Unless that's like the first time she picked up her phone from him, which at that point he should have known that it was over. But that definitely wasn't the case. They probably had some connection while she was away.
Yeah.
So
Which,
do it before then.
yeah.
Yeah, her whole situation with between her and Moritz wasn't great. But
Mm,
I mean, I don't know. It was
yeah. Like, and we can obviously see that Lisa had, she has home issues. Like, her parents are obviously in a bad marriage.
mhm.
Her trying to get into, like, because she wants to go to an American college. So,
Yeah.
like, a little difficult for her
Mhm.
on that front because, like, she doesn't seem to have a quote unique persona in the sense of what that guy was saying. It's like, oh yeah, Lisa, we hear the same thing every day, 800 times a day, like, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, like her trying to yeah, her struggling with that was obviously kind of hard. But yeah, and then like at the end when she gets the WhatsApp book from Moritz and she looks through it and then she literally goes to confront Dan in the bathroom, which I'd like to say,
Oh no.
oh crap. they don't have, like, honestly, I felt bad for Dan that his
I
penis
felt
was seen
bad, yeah.
because, well, we obviously don't know if Dan is the type of man to be proud of every single part of his body, because he obviously likes to take shirtless pictures, so he's obviously proud of his chest. You know, maybe he just isn't proud of his no square. We don't know that. But the
Yeah.
thing is, they didn't have partitions between the urinals. I understand that feeling. That was middle school for me, because at our
Oh,
middle
no.
school, the boys did not have partitions between the urinals.
Oh,
So,
that's so bad.
yeah, so the way that I would have to do it, I'm going to explain. This is how I go pee in middle school. If the one stall was in use, which I do like about my high school, the fact that there are multiple stalls, because I would prefer using a stall than a urinal. But yeah, so if that stall was not in use, I would go to two urinals and only two urinals. The ones like the end urinals, so then I could turn a certain way, so that people wouldn't just like their wandering eyes wouldn't just land over
That's
near
so
me,
bad.
because that is
Why do
disgusting.
they?
It made me feel so gross.
Why
So
would they do that?
I don't know.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh my
It's
god.
okay. Yeah, and then Lisa was like, yeah, I knew that wasn't your real dick pic. And then like, oh wait, so that dick pic in episode 2 wasn't his. I, I don't know what Dan was thinking. Why would he send a flaccid penis? Because I'm pretty sure the way that, well, I guess there's different ways, but usually, from what I've heard, you take the picture when your penis is erect.
Yeah.
And
I
he
guess that
just,
makes sense.
and he just, like, you see it for like 1 or 2 seconds, so like, I couldn't really tell because I wasn't gonna go click back and like pause it, like on
Yeah.
my family TV, just in case someone
Oh
walks
my
in, they're
god.
like, Ryan, what you doing?
Yeah, I
But
totally missed that scene, I think.
yeah, it was the one where Lisa's like, I guess I'll just leave this classroom because the teacher is making me give
Oh,
my
right.
phone over. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I saw the picture for a second and I was like, I
Oh.
would, well, I would never send a dick pic, but I don't think that would be the recommended way to send a picture of your penis to someone
Yeah.
you're attracted to, Dan.
Oh gosh.
So yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of like, let's say the roles were flipped and he walked in on her in the bathroom.
Oh
That would
yeah.
not be okay.
Yeah.
But why is it okay for her to do it to him? You know what?
I think it's just like kind of like with just like the social ideal of with like men having to be strong and like especially with the whole thing like I think some people are moving towards it, but like the idea of like men being sexually assaulted and being raped, it's like that can happen to them, and it shouldn't be quote something that they enjoy. It's like, oh, your penis got hard. Oh, you must have obviously enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Or like, oh, be a man. Like,
It's
no.
toxic masculinity.
Yeah.
Great.
Which obviously comes from both sides, because if it's Lisa who's doing it, that shows that. Because, yeah, it's like, I know men and women who have that ideal.
Yeah.
And then I obviously know men and women. Surprisingly and sadly, actually, more women. Well, I haven't really talked about this with my male friends, so like I wouldn't really know. But more with more of my female friends, I've talked about male rape. So yeah. But yeah, let's move on to a lighter topic.
Great.
Okay, so the drug dealing throughout the season. I thought that was kind of one of the funniest things. So when they start with Bubba, who I thought he was actually really funny. I said, I like Bubba. He's silly. And it
Oh,
was a part where he breaks into the house where Moritz and Lenny are, and he's like, okay, we're gonna work together as a group of 3 or whatever. So I thought that was kind of funny.
yeah, he
But
was kind
yeah,
of funny. I liked when they were like asking him for money and he was like, "Do I look like Shark Tank?" He didn't say that, but it was in the subtitles, and I thought
yeah,
that was really funny.
I thought that was pretty funny. So like for me, like I like that, and then with Purple Rain was pretty funny as well, where it's like, yes, I've got a plane and it'll drop boxes.
Yeah, that
So I
was
was like,
pretty good.
okay, Purple Rain, go off
Oh my
with
gosh.
your little aerial avian. I'm trying to say little plane, and I was trying to find words for that, and I'm dumb.
Aerial avian, yes.
Yes, go off with your little aerial avian. But yeah,
Oh my
I thought that
gosh.
was funny where it's like dropping boxes. I thought the part when the box was dropped on the car, I thought it was gonna smash through the
The
windshield.
window.
Like I
Oh
thought that was
no.
gonna happen, and I was like, ah, dang, that would have been hilarious.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Mhm.
Oh, I'm like, not to bring this to a darker topic, but you know, at the end he was shot down.
Yeah, with the Netherlands people, those people were
Yeah.
freaky. Like as soon as they were on screen, I was like, no, Moritz, you got to get out of there. I thought when they were talking about like when they were speaking in Dutch and they were like, yes, he doesn't seem like he's ever had fun or whatever. And it's like, oh, let's take you out somewhere. I thought they were gonna drug him or something.
Oh
Like I was
gosh.
really scared because I those actors were very good at being scary people. So go
Mhm.
off then being scary people. But yeah,
Yeah.
like
Oh, and it was so bad that Moritz was like, "Oh yeah, see, there doesn't have to be violence." It's like you don't know how they took care of him, or like let him off, or whatever they said they
yeah,
did.
yeah,
Oh
like
god.
because I think like at the end when you see Lisa and Lenny being interviewed, you're like, is that what he said? Yeah. And then Lenny says something along the lines of, that's where it got crazy. Like I think season 2, just like when we reviewed The Politician, it's gonna get more dramatic because
Yeah.
you can obviously tell, and it's just kind of like obvious, the higher you rise in ranks in a dangerous business, the more dramatic it will get, the higher
Mhm.
stakes it will be. Obviously, with shows, that's actually how you write it. Obviously, the stakes will get higher every season because it will keep the audience enthralled.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I'm nervous to see how it's gonna work with these people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure will be interesting. Maybe if they keep going on with seasons, maybe he'll like I don't know, go like up to the top tier rank of the drug business.
Mhm.
That
Possibly.
that would be pretty interesting. Mhm.
Yeah. And okay, so obviously in season 1, Lisa kind of wanted to get together with Dan, but then stopped.
Mhm.
And it kind of alluded to the fact that she might get together with Moritz. What are you thinking going forward with like relationships? I guess with all the characters. Do you think any of them should be or shouldn't be in some relationships? Or if you do, who do you want
Um,
it to be? Because I was actually taking note of that for the whole time.
maybe. Now maybe it will be like something where I don't think that Lisa and Moritz will get together. I mean, that's a possibility, but also I don't know. I feel like that might be weird. It's kind of going in that direction, but let's just say that it doesn't happen. I feel like she might join their team
Hmm.
because, well, first of all, she seems to be a main character, and that's the main
Yeah.
plot,
And
whatever.
she was in the interview scene as well, so.
Oh yeah, and she just walked in on him with the drugs at the end.
Yeah, so probably.
So she'll join them. And I think she'll just, I guess, maybe start being a bit happier of a person, maybe, because she's going back to doing what she probably loves. I think she loves it, gaming. I don't know.
Yeah.
She seemed pretty happy, and everybody seemed really happy that she was back too. So I think with her, she might date, but I don't want her to. So,
Personally, for me, yeah, like, I also kind of want Lisa to date, but if anything, honestly, I kind of want her to date Fritzy.
Fritzy?
I don't know why, but
Oh,
I kind of got that. Like, obviously we don't know if these characters are bisexual or
yeah.
pansexual, or maybe they're just straight up lesbian. Who knows? But like, honestly, Fritzy's more complimentary of a character to Lisa than Moritz or Dan will ever. Well, obviously, in season 1, she's more complimentary of a character to Lisa.
When they were outside, and I don't know who said what,
Oh
but
yeah,
they were
Fritzy.
like, "Oh yeah, like you two," and I was like, "Wait, are they about to become? What's happening?" Because I thought they were talking about those two, like the ones in front. Maybe there's some pronoun thing in German that I don't know, maybe didn't translate as well with that. But I was like, the lesbian? What? I thought she was, yeah. So I don't know. That kind of gave off those vibes, but it might have been like a translation issue.
And you're talking about Fritzy, right?
I think so. I don't really remember
okay.
who was in that scene, but there were 3 girls outside.
Yeah,
And I
Fritzy,
knew.
Gerda, and Lisa. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, especially with like the fact that Fritzy literally kisses Gerda. So
Oh.
obviously, Fritzy, she's A, comfortable in her sexuality, or B, she actually is into girls.
Yeah.
Maybe. Which, like, yeah, because okay, Dan don't like him. If he's gonna date anyone, oh my god, that would be really funny. But if they made Moritz and Dan lovers, they went from haters to lovers, from fighting over Lisa to loving each other. That would be hilarious. I know that won't happen, but I think that'd be pretty funny because they're all so complementary characters because they in a sense show Lisa her 2 paths. There's Dan, who is the more, in a sense, kind of adventurous path, the unpredictable path, the going to have sex a lot path. I don't know. And then Moritz is like kind of, he's in a sense the smarter path, the more reliable path, the probably going to make you financially stable and make you happy path. So like Dan and Moritz, obviously complementary characters to each other to obviously show these are 2 options. So I know that's not going to happen.
Well, they probably won't become lovers, but what if they become friends? And what if there's like some friendship drama where like he's becoming too good of friends with Dan, and then
oh yeah,
Lenny's all like,
nah,
you're being too good of friends and I feel left out. I mean, like, he's valid in that, but
yeah, like right now I'm looking to see. Okay, so here we go. So I was looking up what the queer rights are in Germany. So changing gender is legal. Surgery is not required. Adoption, step-child adoption only. Discrimination is illegal. Housing discrimination, sexual orientation, and gender identity. So, wait, what? This is very confusing. I think that's saying that you're good to go to Germany. I'm on this thing called. Oh no, it's really confusing.
Do you want me to try to look it up?
Possibly. I'm on this website called Equal Decks because I was just seeing like what are the odds of a queer storyline because I'm pretty sure the show is actually well, I'm not pretty sure. I am sure the show is shot in Germany. So I think if they actually made a queer storyline and they shot it in Germany, wouldn't that be legal? I'm pretty sure that it doesn't make any sense because it's like
Oh,
changing
right.
gender is legal, surgery not required, but then there's discrimination, illegal. Okay, that makes sense. Military, legal. But then there's employment discrimination. And then there's a
Okay.
check for sexual orientation and gender identity. Does that mean that you're legally allowed to have employment and housing discrimination? Because conversion therapy is also not banned.
Wait, when was World War II?
World War II was the 40s.
Oh, the 40s.
Yeah.
Because then they had a lot of, yeah.
Oh yeah, that was
Against
with
the gays.
Nazis.
Yeah, it was with Nazis, but
And obviously
they
Germany has
turned
come
most of
a
Germany
long way
against
from
them.
that, yeah.
But yeah, it seems like 20 years later, 20 years later, in 1968, it became legal for gay marriage.
1968 in Germany. Germany's popping off with that.
Yeah.
Good.
At least according to, Wikipedia.
And right now, or not right now, November 29th, there's this Washington Post article
Oh, wait,
about
never mind.
how
Sorry.
a German health minister who is openly gay, who wants to ban conversion therapy throughout all of Germany, which would make it better than the United States, because in the United States, I think it's only 10 places that conversion therapy is illegal. 10 or 11, something like that. So, would we get a gay storyline? Chances actually are kind of high. The question is, who would it be, right? Would it be like a new character? Would it be one of the characters that we already have? Just, they're like, oh, I realized that I'd like someone of my same sex.
Interesting. Oh, I get it. Okay, no. Marriage was legalized in 2017. Allowing to be gay
Yikes.
was legalized in 1968. You wouldn't be sent to jail.
Killed. Okay. That's pretty good. I'm reading more from this Washington Post thing, yeah. Yeah, I think, with all of Germany's rules, I think that a queer storyline actually could be possible. Because honestly, I was not here for it when Lisa and Dan kissed. I was like, Lisa, you're
no.
you're confused. Like, you just want to hook up with Dan because he's hot. Because I didn't really think that Lisa actually really liked Dan. Like,
that's
he kind of seemed more like he was kind of like a quote soft boy.
Oh yeah, he definitely
like
seems
he's
like a soft boy.
I go to therapy. I'm like, okay. Want a round of applause for that? Like good for you for suggesting that. Where he's talking about like, yeah, I was the one who suggested that. I was like, go you, Dan. Get mentally healthy. We're here for it. But like, don't pull that soft boy act of serotonin is serotonin. Let's take a cute photo. Like, bruh, no.
Yeah, that was kind
of out of here. Go away. And then when Gerda and Moritz kissed, I was also not there for it. Because Gerda was like, Gerda, if you want to go for Moritz, which obviously she said she wasn't going to go for him anymore because of Lisa, I was like, do you really want to go after Moritz? He kind of sucks. And since Lisa also hooked up with Dan, Gerda can't go after Dan either. Lisa is being a man hogger. She's stealing all the men of the show. Well, I guess she could go be with Lenny, but Lenny doesn't interact with anyone besides Moritz. A few
And his
times
like
with
online girlfriend or whatever.
yeah. Well, yeah, which was like ex Kira, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah. Which honestly, I was kind of surprised that we didn't learn who ex Kira was.
We saw her face when he
Oh yeah,
followed
the
her on
Instagram.
Instagram. Yeah,
Oh
and
yeah,
then he was like
speaking of
gonna
that,
follow her back, but like,
I felt so sad when
wait,
he
no,
was like,
she
"Oh
never
yeah,
followed.
this is me," and then he sends a photo of Dan shirtless. I was like, Lenny,
Oh, poor
no.
Lenny.
Could be a very interesting thing to see in season 2.
Oh my god, if she runs into Dan.
Oh god, that would be.
Lenny! What?
He's like, what are you talking about? Like, Lenny's got more personality in his thumb than Dan does in his whole
Your voice
body.
sounds a lot different in person.
Wow, you really changed.
Yeah.
Did you wait? Who has a deeper voice?
You must have a terrible mic.
I think it's my audio reception. That could be something very interesting to see.
Yeah.
Also, I
Oh
want
my
to
gosh.
see Moritz experiment more with how he dresses, cuz so when he was dressing for the party in episode 5, there was a part where he wore the sweater with like I think it was orange and green like kind of chain things.
Yeah.
It made him look like a character from the comic book Kingsman. So I kind of liked that, but also like I don't know what he was going with the one that he actually chose to go to the club with. I didn't like that on him.
Yeah.
But yeah, like obviously he knows how to dress because like he like all his clothes were very nice and they were very fashionable, and I really liked
They
them
were,
actually.
yeah. It seems like, yeah. I was gonna say maybe he just didn't wear a ton of nice things before because he couldn't get them or something.
Yeah,
But yeah, I'm wondering when is his dad gonna get suspicious because he's buying all this nice stuff.
yeah, and yeah, like especially because some of the boxes obviously aren't clothes and they're drugs, and
Yeah,
especially with the fact that his dad is a cop, that
yeah,
could be very interesting. I think like it could really show where his dad in a sense lies with like kind of himself in the law
yeah,
and his son, because obviously maybe he'll maybe break morals as a cop because he loves his son so much, or maybe he will actually stick to his morals and turn his son in for illegal drug selling. And we also know that Moritz isn't 17 yet, or sorry, he isn't 18, he's 17.
mhm, yeah. Um, hmm, that is really interesting because yeah, that's kind of bad that his dad is a cop.
Which on that as well, it didn't feel like there was really that much tension in the sense of like him getting caught from his dad, really, which
Mhm.
is kind of weird, because like you would think that would be something that they would kind of put in, but they already like had a lot, so maybe it'll be something in season 2.
Yeah. Plus, like his dad is already kind of onto him with like the police force. I mean, not like onto him, but onto his like I guess character.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. Little does he know.
Mhm.
uh, honestly, if I was the cop and it was my kid, and then when I found out, I would probably
Ooh,
like
we about
laugh
to.
so hard.
You would you'd be like,
I
ha
would be
ha ha,
like,
you're going to
oh my,
jail now.
no, I'd be like, oh my gosh, I didn't even know.
And you would just let your child get away with
No,
illegal
I
drug
mean
selling.
like they'd have to abide by the law or whatever.
So you would turn them in?
I mean, yeah.
Oh,
I
you
mean,
would. Hmm.
would I turn them in?
I would give my child a second chance. I'd be like, you
Yeah,
have to
I'd give them a
stop
second
right
chance
now.
too.
but if I catch you, you're going to jail.
I'd be like, want me to help you get out of this situation? And if they're like,
Yeah.
no, I'll be like, I don't know
Yeah.
what to say to that.
Because obviously it's kind of hard turning a blind eye, but like it's like a very big moral impasse because it's like, do I follow, in a sense, my
Yeah.
heart or my head?
Plus,
know?
I mean, like, then again, it's not that this is good, but it's not like he's taking the drugs. He's just selling them.
Yeah.
He's being involved with a lot of dangerous people too, so
Hmm.
I don't know. That is hard. He's kind of like too deep to back out at this point now. He's like in it for life.
Yeah.
Or like police protection. But like, how do you get police protection at that point? I guess by telling your dad, not letting the people know, and then just kind of like dropping off the face of the earth for like quite a while. Oh man.
So that could be very interesting to see in season 2 for sure, I think.
It would.
Yeah. Do you have anything else to say before we recommend or don't recommend the show?
I don't think so.
Okay, I have one thing to say. So when they were at the club in episode 5 and Gerda's uncle was like, oh, Dan, do you lift 80 kilos or something like that? I searched up what 80 kilograms is. It's 176 pounds.
Oh my
If
god.
Dan can do that, like, great for him. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Dan, let's see. I'm gonna, like, I don't know. How tall does Dan look? He looks like he's like maybe like 5'11", 6 feet maybe.
15?
What?
Did you say 15?
I said 5'11".
Oh, I thought you said 5'11", 15 maybe?
5'11"
15.
or 6 foot.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, like, I don't know. If that's true, go off, bro. Getting that muscle or whatever. I don't know. So I guess now our last question is, do we recommend the show? Do we not recommend the show?
I think I would recommend the show.
Mhm.
'Cause it is pretty interesting to watch. The storyline's just fun, I guess.
I agree. It's a good bingeable show because obviously, as we've said, it's only like 3 hours,
Yeah.
so it's really quick. And the storyline is pretty good. It's very visual, which is always good.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. Next week we will be reviewing season 2 of the show.
We will.
So look out for that next Wednesday. And then also
This Saturday, right?
this Saturday we will be having a review out for the movie Horse Girl,
Yes.
which we are very excited for because we talked about that for a long time because
we did.
It's a very good psychological thriller movie. It's only about like an hour 40 minutes.
Mhm.
I think it would be a great watch if everyone listening watches the movie and then listens to our podcast outside.
It would, yes. Do it.
So, I'm your co-host Ryan.
And I'm your other co-host, Addison.
This is the NR Podcast, and we will see you next week. Peace.
Bye.